Hello everybody and welcome to another fun-filled and exciting, anger-inducing episode of Andrew Rants, the video series where I, Andrew Rhodes, stand upon my metaphorical soapbox pedestal of the world and I bitch and complain about a lot of stuff that just plain pisses me the hell off. I mean, it drives me straight up the tree of screw you, or I am screaming, hollering, and yelling. Yes. Oh God, yes, does it ever. And what's my anger-inducing rant today? Did Cartoon Network do something to piss me off? No, right now, they're sitting fine right now. They're not on my radar right now. As far as I know, they haven't done anything that could piss me off. Disney? Well, let's just say I'm still not over Iron Man dying. So, as far as I'm concerned, they're already up shit creek. Nickelodeon? So glad you asked. Yes, today I'm focusing my anger-induced rage filled hatred. The anger that I feel is being directed squarely at Viacom and Nickelodeon. Viacom being the parent company of Nickelodeon. We all know Nickelodeon as, back in the 90s, one of the go-to titans of children's entertainment. If you wanted cartoons and you actually had a cable package, you stopped on Nickelodeon. For me, it was like Channel 43. It was right next to Cartoon Network and one down from Disney. Like, no, it's two down for Disney. Disney was like 41, then 42 was Cartoon Network, and 43 was Disney. Then it changed, dials half a dozen times. But those were basically the three main channels for the longest time. I mean, once we finally got Disney, when it became available to everybody in our cable bracket. But anyway, I digress. I am angered because Viacom has bought the rights to Garfield. That's right. They have bought the rights, the intellectual property rights to Garfield. And I'm talking Garfield, the comic strip cat, the one that has the dog friend that's called Odie that he keeps kicking off the table. The one whose owner is named John Arbuckle, the cartoonist. The cat that has been around for 40 plus years. The lasagna-loving cat is now owned by Nickelodeon. Excuse me for a moment as I weep hysterically. Why? Yes, apparently this was all part of their wonderful deal when they bought Paws Incorporated. While the deal was not fully disclosed, Garfield has been a merchandising cash machine for decades and is thought to make millions each year in book, toy, and other sales. I have not seen a single Garfield-related item on any store shelves in the last, I want to say, 10 years. So where the hell are these things coming from? But according to a quote from Brian Robbins, president of Nickelodeon, this acquisition marks another step in our evolution towards being kids' first stop for the best new content and characters. No, their first stop is YouTube, then Hulu. You guys are like that gas station bus stop that's like the last stop before the bus takes a U-turn. If you got to use the bathroom, that's where you go. And I mean, you're the gas station bathroom that's like really bad and disgusting. You got that 50-year-old bag of Cheetos that are sitting on the shelf. You got the slushy machine that is literally shooting out sludge. You have the crappiest tasting fountain sodas. You have a hot dog that is so old on that spinner. It has gotten hair. The flies won't even touch it. And basically just looking at it makes you queasy. That's where you are right now and being kids' first stop for the best new content and characters. That's good. That's good. No, you're far off from your heyday. Back in the 90s, you were one of the big three titans to mess with. If it was basically I should just say two, because Disney really didn't have much of a foothold at the time other than their animated movies. But as far as actual television programming went, it was you and Cartoon Network. You two went head to head against each other. It was a clash of the titans. Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, battling it out, duking it down for generation after generation. I even think I did a video on this. If not, I will plan to if I didn't, but I think I already did. But either way, you two went head to head, mano a mano. You clashed like there was no tomorrow, constantly one-upping each other. You left craters in the ground where you impacted with the greatness that you brought us. And then somewhere around the 2000s, both of you just shot yourselves in the foot. No, I'm dead serious here. Because Nickelodeon screwed themselves over. They started doing more... I don't even think there's a word for it. Because I remember Rocket Power came out in the 2000s, and I kind of liked that, but a lot of other people hated it. But I kind of thought it was an interesting show. It was sort of like, I would say, a version of like Beverly Hills 90210, but more towards kids and preteens. And then that's where you started thinking where you had to shift yourself to. What did we have after that? That was so great. Oh, I tried looking up a programming list, but apparently I can't find anything. At least not something that I can use, though I did find something interesting now, because apparently Viacom owns Pluto TV. I did not know that. Yeah. Oh, that's that doesn't sit well with me, actually. No. Yeah, that doesn't sit well with me. No. No. See, I remember Nickelodeon back in its heyday. I remember watching Doug and Rugrats. I remember watching Ah Real Monsters, Legends of the Hidden Temple. Yes, I even remember Cat Dog, that god-awful... I honestly just want to say this. I don't think... If Cat Dog would have actually existed, that thing would have been put out of its misery. I'm sorry. That would have been put out of its misery. It would have been... Honestly, it would have been mercifully killed just to be studied. I'm not even going to lie about that. But let's just dive deeper into this. You want to be children's first stop. You are way past your heyday. When Disney starts kicking your ass, you know you're screwed. And Disney ain't doing too well themselves. I mean, they keep doing live-action reboots because they have lost this thing called imagination. You want to know why they lost that? Because they bought Marvel. They bought Star Wars. And as far as they're concerned, we don't need imagination anymore. Just push out whatever we have sitting in the vault. People will buy it because we're Disney, damn it. We're going to own all your asses. Hell, the Simpsons now call us master. That's how we roll. Yeah, programs that were... Okay, here. I found the programs that were done by Nickelodeon. Let's see here. Original programming. Okay, that premiered back in the 90s. Sadly, the first one... 12 seasons? My God. 12 seasons? This thing has got to be put out of its misery. Seriously. You have SpongeBob, The Loud House, which came out in 2016, and now Rise of the TMNT, which can bite me. But yeah, I mean, seriously? That 12 seasons for SpongeBob? My God. All that was another show back from the 90s I remember watching. That's live action comedies. Let's see here. Game shows. Oh, I remember these. Double Dare. Oh, what was that one? Oh, yeah, Legend of the Hidden Temple. There's that too. Let's see. Unscripted shows. Nothing there. Can't they like separate this stuff by year? No, apparently they can't. Oh, yeah, Kids' Choice Awards. Oh, yeah, I remember those. Those were annoying as hell. The Big Help. Oh, yeah, educational series. Yeah, we all remember that. Let's see here. I remember when you guys got your hands on Power Rangers back with... yeah, I just remember that. Let's see here. Your preschool shows. I mean, people still come to your Nick Jr. stuff. I'm assuming that they do. Yeah, your Ryan's Mystery Playdate. Yeah, I can go off on that one. I think I should. I didn't think I could, but apparently I can, so... It's going to be fun. Upcoming original programming, I guess that they're coming out with. I love this. They got the Rugrats revival. That's fun and interesting. Camp Coral. And Garfield is topping the bottom because they just bought the rights to Garfield. No! No, okay, here we go. Former programming. All right. You had Doug. You had Rugrats. Rocco's Modern Life. Hey Arnold, Kabam, Angry Beavers, Cat Dog, The Wild Thornberrys, Rocket Power, As Told by Ginger. I'll even go right up to 2000. Okay, those are just some of the shows that you had decent stuff of. Okay? Seriously. Decent stuff. And it's like, we're just going to shoot it straight to hell. Right off the bat, screw whatever we're coming out with. Screw the world around us. Screw all you people. We're trying to make ourselves back to what we used to be back in our heyday. Here's a newsflash for you. Your heyday is come and gone. When you had the brilliant idea to include Cousin Skeeter, a show about a puppet and a human interacting with one another, you managed to screw that up. Sesame Street couldn't screw that up, and they were doing it long before you ever decided to try it, and they didn't screw it up. The Muppets couldn't screw that up, and somehow you managed to fuck it up. I don't know how you did it, but you did. When Disney comes out with their own version called Crash and Bernstein, and they come out with that, and it's 100 times better than you could have ever had in your wettest, wildest dreams, you officially know when you screwed the pooch here. And now you're going to do this to Garfield because you just wanted Garfield. Now, according to what I've seen, Jim Davis will continue to pen the daily comic strips. Well, no shit, because this deal's going to go belly up fast. I can guarantee you that the minute they come out with a new Garfield series, it's going to tank. Look at how that animated CGI Garfield did on Cartoon Network. That was a train wreck. A train wreck. I remember it barely because I could barely stand watching it. And I just zoned through 90% of it because it was Garfield related and okay, that's all, I'm bored. No, it stank. And Nickelodeon has the rights to it now. Have you given up on every other piece of crap that you have? You have a couple good shows. Why not go back to formula, figure out what worked, focus group this, and then come out with something new. Stop buying up properties that are bringing in money for themselves just because you want to jump on top of that bandwagon. I know that's how business works, but here's a newsflash for you bastards. That's not how it actually goes. You don't just buy, oh, I want to buy this property because it's doing really well right now, and I think if I had the rights to it, I could take it to the next level. And how many successful shows in the last 10 years that are animated have you had under your belt? Define successful. Lasted more than one season. Oh, quite a few that aren't SpongeBob. The last 10 years, you said? That's a good question. I don't really know. I mean, people have ripped Fanboy and Chum Chum a brand new asshole so many times it isn't funny. I thought it was entertaining for what it was. It was stupid comedy. It was basically something that would allow you to shut your brain off for about 30 minutes and basically just relax, drool. Then the minute it was over, your brain would click back on. That's what happened to me. Breadwinners. Yeah, I'll admit that was a stupid show. You won't hear me argue that. It was dumb, it was weird, it was idiotic, but in all honesty, it fit what you were going for at the time. Because you could have cared less about animated programming. You went for the tween and teen-centric stuff. Look, the Dan Schneider years for you both hurt and helped you. You rode the coattails of Butch Hartman and the Fairly Odd Parents until you ran that bitch into the ground. Yeah, the minute you introduced Chloe, that was where the whole series went straight to hell in a handbasket. Proof I could understand. No, let's give Timmy a little brother. That's actually nice, because by the time that came out, a majority of kids were having, like little siblings that were growing up, and this would be something that they could, relate to. Oh, look, there's two children that they have to deal with. Then you introduce Sparky the goddamn dog. I'm swearing it was just to give what's-his-name some type of work because you didn't want to lose his contract. Was it Jerry Trainer, I think, or something? I don't know. You just didn't want to lose his contract. That's what I kind of think that was. But then, oh God, does it get better. Then you decide the ultimate thing to do, because so many people are getting divorced and there are so many custody fights between children that we should have the Fairly Odd Parents be split in two. Change up the animation style, make it flash instead of the hand-drawn stuff. Butch Hartman's pretty much throwing his hands up in the air saying, screw this crap, I'm going to go make my own damn network, and we all know how well that worked out. I'm not even going to get into that train wreck. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that. But then you go that route, and it's like, oh, well, the show's taken, time to dump it. No shit, Sherlocks. when you ruined it and drove it into the ground, no duh. And now we're back to this. Because you rode the coattails of your mediocre successes for so long that you have no original idea in your heads anymore. Now all of a sudden it's, well, I know what we're going to do today. You're not Phineas and Ferb. Get the hell off of my idea trade and get the hell back into that workroom and start coming up with some original ideas. You came up with the Loud House. And I've seen like one episode of that was up on YouTube. That's actually quite good. Roll with that. You have that. That should be your starting point. Start fresh. Get rid of all the stuff that you had originally. Get rid of SpongeBob. Put that yellow bastard out of his misery once and for goddamn all. No spin-offs, no more series, no movies. Just end him. He has been around for 20 years. Okay? He has gone on for too damn long. And I just am afraid that you're going to basically throw Garfield under the bus to save SpongeBob. Because all of a sudden, and this is like a major, massive if here. If, for some unknown reason, the SpongeBob, like the Garfield series, goes completely gangbusters. And it starts bringing in ratings and cash. And all of a sudden, you're just like making it rain dollar bills in your office. And all of a sudden, you're like, this is great. And then SpongeBob starts tanking. All of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute. SpongeBob's going down the tubes! My God, no, we can't let that happen again. No. What did we do the last time in the 90s, like the early 2000s when that happened? What did we do? We killed off a majority of our programming. All right, it's time to kill some stuff. What do we kill? What's making us the most money right now? Garfield, kill it. But SpongeBob, but Garfield's bringing in money. SpongeBob isn't. We need to save SpongeBob. It has to be saved. Kill Garfield. Kill him off. Make it go away. And then there goes Garfield. Oh, because you people don't understand how to run a business anymore. You want to go back to your heyday when you were number one. Here's an idea, and I'm going to stress this. No, here's two good ideas for you. First off, pay me for any of your stupid ideas. Now, you don't have to worry about losing money because, look, we're just paying a consultant. Yeah, consult with me. I'll come right out and tell you it's an idiotic idea. We want to buy Garfield. Why do you want to buy Garfield? I'll be the parent at this point. Because I think that's what you need. You need parental supervision. You're like an overgrown celebrity child with a crap ton of cash. You need some type of a celebrity. You need some type of a parental figure to tell you no. So it's like you look to me and go, well, we want to buy Garfield. Why do you want to buy Garfield? Well, we want to buy Garfield. Tell me why. Write it down on paper and explain to me why you want to buy Garfield. Make it so that I understand where you're coming from as to why you want to buy it. Without using certain words or phrases, tell me why you want to buy Garfield. And if I tell you no, then you don't do it. How hard is that? Hire a consultant. I'll volunteer my services as long as you pay me. I'll gladly throw my hat in the ring to become your consultant. Have me do it. I'll tell you exactly where you can shove your ideas. You won't like it, but I'll tell you. Bringing back some stuff from the 90s is a good idea. I'm not going to lie about that. Some stuff does deserve a newer coat of paint. All that was a good idea to bring back. Granted, yes, you have some of the original cast, which is fine. Have them come back in supporting roles. To have the newer generation play off the older generation. To basically have it be that now that, it's the parents that are basically the older generation who saw the show originally, and the younger kids are now the newer generation, that they get to watch this, and it's basically that entire scenario. That works for that because it's something they can share together. Because if you put out some of the older episodes, they can play those for their kids and go, look, this is the same show. It's the same thing. It's just that they have new characters, and these are some of the older ones. Oh, this is really cool. And then they can bond and possibly, be happy with one another. Of course, you could just do it so that you can just have more ratings and more shows, because God knows you're screwing everything else up because you keep throwing all your goddamn money piles onto SpongeBob. Oh, we're going to do a sequel, Camp Coral. Why? Oh, we're going to do this. Why? That's idea number one. Just let me be a consultant for you. In all honesty, I'll gladly gladly parental supervise your ass, because you honestly need it. You, Cartoon Network, and Disney. At this point, I think Disney would be the one that would kind of need 3 parents to keep an eye on it. One for Marvel, one for Lucas, and one for just everything else. Cartoon Network, you definitely need a parental supervisor. Although, in all honesty, I've been hearing some good things coming out of your corner right now. So people are kind of happy with some of the stuff you've been popping out. So you might be going on the right track. You may have finally matured and grown up. As for you, Nickelodeon, oh no, no way, man. No, you have not grown up at all. You still need a parent to be there to tell you no. Seriously, there's 1,000 ways you can say no, and somebody's got to start telling you what to tell you no. Seriously. That's idea number 1. Idea number 2, look back at the stuff that made you what you were and work off of that. Don't just copy and paste it with a fresh coat of paint. Look at that and go, okay, we were popular back in the 90s because we had original programming, heartfelt programming, and interesting things. And then play off of that. Don't keep don't keep watering down Nick Jr. Don't keep watering down your basic crap. Don't keep screwing the goddamn pooch on everything you touch. At least, for God's sake, at least try to show a little bit of decorum. Show people that you don't have your head planted firmly up your ass anymore. At this point, I think you just bought Garfield to literally just throw it to the trash can because it's making a crap ton of money. We need a lifeline. What makes you think Garfield wants to bankroll your ass? He might tell you to get rid of SpongeBob. He might want to become the big kahuna on Nickelodeon. Are you going to be able to do that? Are you going to get rid of SpongeBob? Hell no! You'll never get rid of SpongeBob because that's your fucking cash cow. But let me know what you think in the comments section below. Are you happy with the fact that Nickelodeon has bought the rights to Garfield, that Viacom has bought them? It's technically Nickelodeon because Viacom is the parent company, but either way, it's going to be on Nickelodeon. So it's the same pea in the pod here at this point. Are you happy with this news or are you upset with this news? Let me know in the comment section below, and until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and this has been another fun-filled, anger-filled episode of Andrew Rants.